Hey, hey, hey. Happy New Year. It's Denise. I'm a shared AirBNB host and an AirBNB Superhost for the 5th quarter in a row. So, do you know what a Superhost is? So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I've talked about Superhost a bit before, and so I'm just going to share it again. And I pulled up some information this time from the AirBNB site so I could make sure I tell you guys what it is. So I started doing Airbnb, I want to say in like 2006, and I've just provided excellent customer service. So I've been a Superhost for like 5 quarters straight, like awesome sauce, right? So what is a Superhost? So Airbnb website, I'm reading. Superhosts are experienced hosts who provide a shining example for other hosts and are extraordinary experiences for their guests. Once a host reaches Superhost status, a badge will automatically appear on their listing and profile to help you identify them. So, how do you stay Superhost? You have to have a high commitment rate. I want to say it needs to be like 95%, which means as a host, you're not canceling on people. So stuff happens and you can cancel, right? Like I had some guests who were coming and like my water heater exploded. Like literally, my entire basement was flooded. Thankfully, their room was on the top floor, so they didn't actually have to run into the flooded basement, but I just made that space off limits. So even though it was a space that normally they could access, I made that space off limits. And obviously the water heater was replaced the same day because as a shared Airbnb host, I live here, so I actually need hot water. So that was one of those things like, yeah, we're not, we need hot water. One of the other things is that you have to have a 90% or above 5-star rating. So I have had all 5-star ratings with the exception of one guest. She was trifling. She gave me a 4 for no reason other than I gave her like a 2. So you know when you're leaving reviews, you can't see what the other person posted until after you post yours, which is awesome, I think, because that way they can't say, she gave me a bad review, so I'm gonna give her a bad review too. Well, hunty, she broke all my house rules. Like one of my house rules is just eat at the table. I don't want food all over my house. I don't want to go looking for food all over my house. Baby, let me tell you that there were Oreo crumbs in the bed. There was like a pizza box in there. There was like pizza sauce in the carpet. There was like meatballs under the bed. Y'all almost got me. I almost said something, but yeah, there's like meatballs under the bed, like wings, barbecue wings in the room. Just, oh, and that's not even it. She had some person that's like, oh, I brought my friend with me. Now I'll let you have up to 2 people in the room. So if you have like, she was staying by herself, so she had a person with her. And she's like, oh, she's not feeling well, she's drunk. I said, well, you can't be drunk outside. I have neighbors, so you need to go inside. But then the girl stayed like downstairs, like all her stuff was all over the downstairs, like she was sick in the bathroom, like, okay, fine, you get sick. But then like would sleep on my couch. Now I love my bright orange couch. Are you kidding me? What if she got sick? Like you're not even watching her. Why wouldn't you have her in the room with you? So there's a bathroom in there. Like seriously, I'm gonna let this go. But yeah, so she knew she was gonna get a bad review. She had to know she was gonna get a bad review. So I actually gave her a 2. And no, I would not recommend her to any other guests. Good luck with that, because I do not accept. If you have one bad review, honey, you cannot stay here. That's just it, because this is my home. I can't play these games with folks. So no. So that's one of the other things you have to have to be a Superhost. You have to have like 90% or you have to maintain a 90% response rate or higher. You have to host at least 10 trips. So this is how many times people stay at your place. Like people book to stay there They stay there, you don't cancel on them. So you have to host at least 10 trips within that quarter. You have to maintain a 90% response rate or higher, which my response rate is 100%. So people don't like contact me and I don't ever say anything back. That doesn't happen. You need to have a over 5-star review at least 80% of the time. So I said 90, but it's at least 80% of the time. How hard could it be to get 5 stars at least 80% of the time? What y'all doing out here? I was like, I usually get a really nice response, but you know what? Do what you say you're going to do. That's just one of the things. Like if you say, this is what my house looks like, and you post pictures saying this is what my house looks like, make sure that that's what your house looks like. So my pictures are verified pictures, which means that Airbnb actually came to my home and took the pictures. So that means it looks exactly like what I said it looks like, if they can verify that, because they've seen it. So because I have verified pictures up, even though I've made changes to that room, they're not showing on the site because I haven't taken down Airbnb's verified pictures. And honestly, I really don't want to. The things that I added were like improvements. So I added blackout curtains. I added a television. I kind of moved the room around some to allow space for the television. But outside of that, it's pretty much the same room, like change the comforter and things like that, but it's exactly the same room. So yeah, I think, you know, do what you say you're going to do. If you say you offer coffee, make sure there's coffee, because that could like bring your rating down if you're saying you're offering something and then it's not there. Like things can happen, but if you say you provide an iron and ironing board and they can't find it, or really you don't have one for them, that's an issue. And complete each of your confirmed reservations without canceling. So that was that rate that I was telling you about, that commitment rate, and that's really not that much. But when I made Superhost for the 4th time, Airbnb gave me $100 credit that I could use on the stay. I'm like, yay, where am I going? I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm going, but I have $100 when I get there. So it's like it's really cool, but it helps you, it gets you improvement in searches. So people can just search just Superhost, and they might only want to stay in a Superhost place. So if you are a Superhost, that is a benefit to you in terms of searches, because you've got your little badge and you come up. You see the badge? That's me. I got the badge. But I would also say, as a shared space host, it could be difficult to keep, I guess, depending on how you treat your guests. But I honestly don't think it's that bad or that hard to do. Just think about, I say this a lot, think about the treatment that you would like, or what you would expect in a home, or if you would expect if you were staying someplace. I went online and I was looking at YouTubes and some of the horror stories people have about Airbnbs. I'm like, some of them are bad, but some of them is just people not doing their due diligence. I'm sorry. If you're going to be someplace, you need to be safe about that. Like, they need to have lots of pictures. I'm an advocate of, I need to see at least 10 pictures of where I'm going to be. I want to see the toilet. I want to see the bed. I want to see the room. I want to see some portion of the house, so I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm not committing to something. It's just about being safe. So you do need to do your due diligence. And I can just be honest, I'm never going to do a shared bathroom. So when I see people and they have these shared bathrooms, honey, what are you doing? Who cleans the bathroom? How often do they clean the bathroom? So yeah, we're not sharing bathrooms. Yeah. Okay. So, but do not let that discourage you from Airbnb. Okay? This is mostly about Superhost. I'm going to talk about these nightmare stories because, honey, if you just put a search in for Airbnb online and then it brings up storytelling time, and then you will just see these nightmarish Airbnb stories. I want to be on your side. As a host, I know that nightmarish things can go on because this happened on my side as a host, but y'all not, I feel like I'm gonna have to go ahead and call BS on some of these stories. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it. But do not let that discourage you from Airbnb, because I've had a wonderful experience. Even when I was traveling as a guest, I have had good experiences, but I do my due diligence. You have to do your homework, okay? And don't be afraid to check out those Superhost folks. Yeah. So, but you can still be a wonderful Superhost as a shared Airbnb host. I suggest that you go for it. This video has gotten long enough, honey. I know. I be chatty. But like, comment, and subscribe if there's more that you would like to hear or something different. I have some videos that I'd already completed before the new year, so I'm going to put those up. I want y'all to see the room and things like that. And honey, let's make 2018 great. I have some New Year's resolutions for the Airbnb for myself. Let's just put them on out there. So let's make it great. Y'all, that's it for today before I start talking again. So if you like this video, you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe. You know I want you to. But like and comment, I want you to do that too. So that's it for today, y'all. I'm sure I'm going to have more tomorrow. More to talk about. It get crazy, y'all. It get crazy. But all right then. So long.